Okay, hopefully this works. Okay, let's do it. All right, so we have a reaction. This is how they'll be on the exam. He'll just say, given the following reaction, what is the product? And the correct curved arrow mechanism. Take note that he can write two technically right answers, but one of them has the arrows going the opposite way. That would be wrong. Um, so they have to be going the right way. Okay, but we don't know if this is a solvent effect question or a regular acid base question. So we got to find the pKa's. And I always consider solvent effect if the solvent is not like a regular alkane. If it's not just carbons, I always consider solvent effect because it could, if it's like a nitrogen in there, oxygen, there's a chance that it could beat out one of the original acids or bases. So if it's not a carbon chain or not something really simple like just carbons, consider solvent effect. Because he's not just going to say, he's not going to tell you it's a solvent effect question. So pKa's. I found these pKa's. You'll have a table. This is 38. This is, I don't know, 4.7. I don't know. And then 17. So pKa's. We have the pKa's, and now we have to run the reaction, but we have a problem. This pKa is 38. This is 17. Oh, this is your base. Acid, solvent. This pKa right here is way higher than this one. So that tells me that our ammonia is a lot more basic than our sodium tert butoxide. So if our solvent is more basic than our base, or if our solvent is more acidic than our acid, it will replace whatever one it's better than. In this case, liquid ammonia has a higher pKa than sodium terbutoxide. So in our reaction, it's going to replace sodium terbutoxide. So now you'd run a new reaction, right, with your new uh, reactants, okay? Let's just call this the solvent base, quote unquote, right? This is the new base from the solvent, and we have our original acid, okay? Solvent, it's so high, it's not going to make a conjugate base that's stronger than it. It's good. The reaction is gonna proceed. So the electrons will flow from the place with electron richness from the base to the hydrogen of the acid, showing another arrow breaking these bonds going on to the oxygen, and we have NH4 plus and this thing. So that would make our answer D. But let's look at the other choices. Let's look at C. C makes absolutely zero sense in the entire world because there's no, oh, never mind. I'm thinking about the other one. C doesn't make sense because there's no solvent effect. This question, this answer is there for people that did not consider solvent effect. He'll do that. Okay, which one was it? Okay, B makes no sense in the entire world, and he'll put questions like this. Okay, we clearly see that ammonia is pulling a hydrogen off of carboxylic acid, but how in the world did you make this new alcohol? Because this is thrown out. And how in the world did ammonia lose a hydrogen when it added a new hydrogen? I'm telling you, he'll put questions like that, and people will get them wrong because they don't study. A, and I'm not trying to go in on people, but he'll just make questions that just don't make no kind of sense. But if you prepare well, you can get it. All right, A doesn't work because A and C are the same answer actually. It doesn't matter. A doesn't work because of the solvent effect, right? We solvent effect is necessary. So that's the solvent effect. Okay, what if our solvent, I'm just gonna say S because I don't know what it. Okay, I don't want to give you guys a random. Okay, let's do S because that's a sulfur. Let's just say our solvent X, right? Let's say our solvent's pKa is 1.2. That would mean it is more acidic than our acid. So we throw our acid out. We run a new reaction with solvent X being the acid and sodium tert butoxide being the base, right? Solvent, let's say solvent X has a hydrogen. So then you run the reaction. So everything's good there. So the solvent will replace the base or replace the acid if it is a better base or a better acid. Then, once you figure out what it replaces, you run the new reaction with your new acid or base, if it replaces it, then that'll be your answer. Make sure the curved arrows are right and you're Gucci.